And a news coming in from the southern state of Tamil Nadu, Sasikala Natarajan, a former aide of the state's longest-serving Chief Minister Jayalalitha, is set to take over the next office. Chinnamma, as Sasikala Natarajan is called by her followers, was elected as the General Secretary of the ruling AIADMK earlier in January after the demise of Jayalalitha. Now, according to party sources, the announcement will be made tomorrow in Chennai during a scheduled party meeting. And to discuss further on this particular development, we are now joined by Radhika Ramaseshan, who's the consulting editor of the Business Standard, as well as Mr. Sharad Gupta, who's a senior journalist with her. Welcome and thank you for joining with We On here. So I'll probably put first question to you. What does this mean for Tamil Nadu politics now?
There was a lot of pressure on Sasikala. Party workers and elected representatives, they all were after her to take over as Chief Minister immediately after Jayalalitha passed away. But she was resisting the move. But some few things are happening. The developments which are coming in from Chennai, they suggest a lot of churning is going on. The Chief Secretary has resigned, the Secretary to Chief Minister, two Secretaries to Chief Minister have resigned. So, and some reports say they were forced to resign. Sheila Balakrishnan, who was advisor to the Chief Minister, so she has resigned. So it's being seen as a way of for Sasikala to take over as Chief Minister. She has probably convened a meeting of MLAs tomorrow, in which they are going to elect her as the leader of legislature party, which will be the first step towards being elected Chief Minister. So that is what the developments are right now.
Right, sir. And my question to you, Radhika, is that, she faced a lot of important challenges within the party, from, of course, her Jaya's niece as well, and from, of course, Sasikala Pushpan. She's managed all of this for all this time.
Yeah, Sasikala, to begin with, is a bit of a shadowy figure. She became a primary member of the AIDMK very, very recently. She wasn't even that. I mean, the extent of her influence and the control she exerted over Jayalalitha have always been subjects of debate. As for you mentioned the niece. Now, the niece is a Jill come lately to the whole scene. So, I will not take her seriously. Obviously, there are forces opposed to Sasikala who are propping up Deepa Jaikumar. Now, Deepa Jaikumar is even more non-political than Sasikala. So, all in all, I would say that the AIDMK is heading for something. I mean, it's heading for very bad times, because you have a completely non-political person heading the top who was a kind of family retainer of Jayalalitha, and that is her only claim to fame. I mean, she ran a video shop before that, and she used to make videos, her husband Natarajan used to make videos of Jayalalitha, and that is how they sort of ingratiated themselves with Poet's Garden and became a kind of a power center. Now, what the point you have to see is the extent of acceptability within the legislature party and the cadre. Now, both AIDMK and DMK are cadre-driven parties in Tamil Nadu. So, if you are not acceptable to the cadres, you may sort of serve out the rest of your term as the Chief Minister, if indeed she is elected as the Chief Minister. But come the next election, and I see the AIDMK facing a pretty rough ride.
Right. And just to sort of give our viewers a bit of perspective here, because this news has just come in, Sharad, will she, be able to be as powerful as, Jayalalitha was when she was there? She was worshipped, she was Amma, she was the goddess. And while I was there in Chennai, when unfortunately she died, I met with the crowd, and that's the kind of sentiment, the people of Tamil Nadu there. Will she be as powerful as Jayalalitha?
She cannot be, because Jayalalitha was a mass leader. Masses used to connect with her so easily. So far, Sasikala has never ventured out among the masses. So we don't know her crowd pulling capabilities, We don't know how much she connects with the masses. We don't know what are her programs right now, but she does have an agenda. She does have an agenda, and that agenda, whether it's is alignment with Jayalalitha's agenda, remains to be seen. But there were some murmurings, some happenings right now, few days back, like the Chief Minister, right, O. Paneerselvan, when he was in Delhi, he met with Prime Minister, and he was seen as doing BJP's bidding. So maybe that might be his undoing, and that could have angered a lot of people among the AIDMK. So that could be one of the reasons why Paneerselvan is being eased out, if I can say that. And Paneerselvan, in any case, was never a leader. He himself has said on a number of occasions that I would have been more than happy to be a taluka leader, or maybe a chairman of a municipal corporation. So he never had those aspirations of being chief minister, but you know the power, how the power influences people. So maybe that was the reason. Once he became the chief minister, and Jayalalitha was not there, so he thought he might have thought to take reins in his hands. So that
she was always the interim chief minister.
Whenever there is a power struggle within the AIDMK which is taking place right now, and that will unfold. More developments will unfold gradually, and what Sasikala has in hand will also come out in a few days' time.
You know, the difference I would say between Jayalalitha and Sasikala is Jayalalitha fought her way to the top at every stage. If you just sort of recall, she had to fight a battle against Janaki Ramchandran after MGI Ramachandran, her guru, her mentor, passed away, and that was a bitter battle, and she kind of came out victorious over the wife of MG Ramachandran. Then she had to confront the DMK legislatures in the assembly who pulled her sari pallu, and kind of she came out ahead, dishevelled, and the rest of it. And she had to prove herself over and over and over again. She made a lot of mistakes down the line, but she was the one who delivered the votes. And in any political party, if the leader delivers the votes, that leader is goddess or god, I mean, like it or not. The day you stop delivering the votes, I mean, nobody is going to give you a second look. I think that's essentially the difference between her and Sasikala. Sasikala has not proved herself in any election, not even in a local body election. I mean, I don't think she's ever delivered a speech. I mean, she used to hang around Jayalalitha. I followed Jayalalitha's campaigns in the past couple of elections. She used to hang around Jayalalitha, but that was her role. I mean, you know, like I said, I don't think she had much of a political role in the AIDMK. The political decisions were taken by Jayalalitha. She used to consult the late Cho Ramaswamy occasionally, but that was it. So, you know, to prove your political mettle in a state like Tamil Nadu, which has very complex caste equations, is going to be a big job, long haul.
Right, and that's something we'll have to wait forward for when the next state elections for Tamil Nadu. But, you know, certainly her mettle hasn't been tested in the political figure. But if you talk about, you know, I would like to know from both of you, if you talk about the legacy. So Jayalalitha always created a legacy. She always stood out of power struggles and always proved herself. And that's the reason she won 6, you know, state elections. So will we see, you know, Sasikala actually either create a new legacy or perhaps even take or carry forward what Jayalalitha had created in Tamil Nadu?
She has to carry forward Jayalalitha's legacy. What was Jayalalitha's legacy? Jayalalitha's legacy was what she inherited from MG Ramachandran. This whole politics of populism. He used to distribute raincoats to rickshawalas during the monsoons. He is the one who started the midday meal program in Tamil Nadu. He distributed bicycles to girl students. So it's an enduring legacy, and she has fostered his politics of populism in a big way. So Sasikala has to ensure that she doesn't deviate from the path that was laid out first by MG Ramachandran and then carried forward by Jayalalitha. I mean, if she sticks to that legacy, it's good enough.
Right, and so your thoughts on the same?
Yeah, in fact, Sasikala is, as I said, is an unproven commodity. So we don't know what her politics is. But she used to hang around with chief minister, when Jayalalitha was the chief minister, and she can at best be termed an aide of the chief minister. She used to take care of her domestic course and all that, but she was never into political maneuvers. She was never seen taking any political decision or influencing any political decision. So in that sense, her political mettle is untested. We don't know what are her strengths, what are her weaknesses, and what are her decision taking capabilities. So she is just completely untested commodity politically.
Right, certainly agree with you on that. And as I said, we'll have to wait and see on what happens in the next state elections for Tamil Nadu. Will she be able to carry it forward, or will that be the end for AIADMK? On that note, thank you so much for joining us, Sharad and Radhika. It's a pleasure having you here for this discussion. Now, moving on with our other stories. Now, blamed once for Jayalalitha's disastrous election loss in 1996, a 60-year-old Sasikala was always considered having a clout in the AIADMK. She was a video library owner before getting close to Tamil Nadu's late chief minister. Her roller coaster career saw her being expelled for anti-party activities, only to be restored within a few months, 5 years ago. And here's more on her journey as she assumes the role of Tamil Nadu chief minister. Take a look.
From Amma to Chinnamma. For a woman who stayed in the shadows of Jayalalitha or Amma, Sasikala Natarajan has come into her own. Chinnamma or Junior Amma, who took over as General Secretary of the AIADMK in December, will now take the oath as Chief Minister. In her lifetime, Jayalalitha never allowed Sasikala any role in the state administration. Nor did she ever refer to Sasikala as a political heir, although she was allowed a say in party affairs. She has removed trusted Jayalalitha aides now to bring in her own team. So just who is Sasikala Natarajan? She was in the business of shooting wedding and event videos. She met Jayalalitha in the 1980s when she was a propaganda secretary of the AIADMK. She shot all of her event videos and developed great rapport with her. Moved into Jayalalitha's home in 1989. Jayalalitha had expelled her twice from the party and her residence, but patched up soon after. But as she becomes chief minister, it remains to be seen if Chinnamma can replicate the magic of Amma for the benefit of the party and, of course, the public. With bureau inputs, Zara Khan for WION.